Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry. So, let's dive right in. The entire foundation of truly excellent international hospitality really boils down to one core idea. Good service just means different things to different people. What a guest from Paris might see as perfectly relaxed service, while a guest from Tokyo could find that slow and pretty inattentive. Our goal today is to break down these nuances so you can make every single guest feel truly understood and valued. All right, everything really begins the moment a guest walks through your door. That first impression is just so critical. It sets the tone for their entire experience. So, how do we approach this with real cultural intelligence? Let's take a look. Okay, what this slide shows so well is the contrast in what guests expect. On one hand, you've got that warm, chatty greeting that's seen as super friendly in many Western cultures. But on the other, a more formal, calm, and respectful tone is often preferred in many Asian or Middle Eastern contexts. It just conveys professionalism. So the key takeaway here is simple. Observe your guest first, and then adapt. Your ability to shift between that friendly warmth and respectful formality, that's a true skill. This simple question, this is your single most powerful tool. Seriously, forget about trying to guess where a guest might want to sit. Asking them directly shows respect, it gives them control, and it is always the safest and most professional approach, no matter where they're from. Of course, while asking is always the number one rule, having this kind of background knowledge allows you to anticipate their needs. You see an elderly guest? Well, maybe guide them toward a quieter area. A business traveler on a laptop? Suggesting a table with a bit of privacy and power access is a total game changer. This isn't about assuming. It's about showing an advanced level of thoughtful care. Let's move on to the next phase, the ordering process. This is where clear, respectful communication is just absolutely paramount. Your role here is to be a guide, really helping the guest navigate the menu with confidence and comfort. Now, this is such a critical point of interaction. Making an assumption about a guest's diet based on their perceived nationality or religion, that can be deeply offensive. So how do we approach this sensitive topic with real professionalism? This is the gold standard phrase. It is brilliant because it's completely inclusive, it's respectful, and it's neutral. It covers allergies, religious needs, personal choices, all without putting anyone on the spot. Seriously, you should memorize this phrase. It's going to serve you well for your entire career. Look, having an awareness of these common considerations is vital for any food service professional. But I want to be clear, this slide is for your knowledge, not for making assumptions. The crucial point is to use this information to be better prepared to answer questions, not to guess what a guest needs. You always confirm directly using the phrase we just talked about. Okay, now let's talk about timing. The flow, or the pace of the meal, is this invisible but really powerful element of guest satisfaction. Getting this right means matching the guest's own cultural and personal rhythm. And this just brilliantly illustrates that cultural divide in dining tempo. For a guest from the US or China, efficiency is often part of good service. They might appreciate a quick check-in and getting the bill promptly. But for a guest from France or Italy, that same speed can feel rushed and unwelcome. For them, a meal is an event to be savored. Your job is to become a detective. Watch the table's cues, listen to their rhythm, and adjust your own speed to match theirs. Another huge difference you're going to see is this concept of sharing. Instead of individual plates, many cultures embrace a communal style of dining. When you see a table ordering multiple dishes to share, this is your chance to shine. You can elevate their experience by proactively bringing out extra serving utensils and just making sure they have plenty of space to enjoy the meal together. All right, let's move to the final act of the dining experience. This includes two of the most sensitive interactions, handling the bill and responding to feedback. Concluding with grace is just essential for a lasting positive impression. Tipping is maybe the most confusing custom for international travelers, and using the right words, as you can see on the slide, is key to preventing any awkwardness for your guest. Simply stating, service is already included, or tips are appreciated but never required, just removes all the guesswork and pressure. It makes for a much smoother checkout. But what about when things go wrong? This is so critical. A guest who isn't complaining directly is not necessarily a happy guest. In cultures that value indirect communication, displeasure might be shown through really subtle cues. a hesitant look, maybe a barely touched dish. Your most important job here is to learn to read beyond the words. So, regardless of how a complaint is delivered, this three-step framework is universally effective. First, you acknowledge their feeling. I understand this is disappointing. Second, you offer a sincere, direct apology. I am very sorry for this. And third, you solve it. You immediately offer a concrete solution. Let me fix this for you right away. This simple process shows that you're taking complete ownership of the problem. So if you remember only one thing from our entire time together, let it be this. This is not about memorizing a rule book for every country on Earth. It's about developing 3 core skills: flexibility, empathy, and keen observation. I want to leave you with this one final thought. Anyone can take an order and deliver a plate. That's providing a service. But a true hospitality professional, they create an experience where the guest feels seen, understood, and genuinely respected. And the choice of which one you're going to be, well, that's yours.